Okay, this is what we're left with after all that pine sap refining. This was the first couple batches that I did here. It's filled up to the first thread on the rim. Alright, this is where I collect pine sap from. Things that look like this, squishy. You'll see that it's malleable. Push it up like that. Collect it with a knife. And I recommend a bag versus a tin because you can collect a lot more. Alright. I'll show you how I collect this. Watching what I'm doing through the camera, so I hold it on there. Alright, got that loose. And then got to pull this bit off. Alright, that's what you're looking for right there. That's what you're melting down, that white stuff right there, that white pine. I'm gonna get some of this more. Alright, we got some more pine tar here, or more pine sap. Let me show you how I pick this. We got a lot all over this tree. Just gonna scrape it all down. Look at all that. Alright, collect this up into my bag. Alright, gotta show you guys this. All this stuff is scraping off. It's off a broken or sawn off limb. But I really don't want to drop it. I'm gonna cut this video off now. Alright, gonna be making some pine pitch today. We're gonna be using this pine sap here. I collected it off of pine trees. It looked like bird crap, but though it's pine sap. It's just aged. This is a white pine, and we're processing that into pine pitch. What you're going to need is some strainers for processing, an old cooking tin that you don't really care about, a second tin with a screw top for storing your pine pitch for later, and of course you're going to need your pine sap. So we're going to put this in a double container here and start melting it down, just so we can be a little bit cleaner and use it. Everything we do is going to be within here just like this. Time to transfer. Just spilled. Alright, finished processing it. You could use a second filtering, but here it is. Looks just a little bit like syrup. Smells just like pine sap. And what we have here is leftovers that I filtered out. That's good fire starter right there if you don't want to mess with that anymore. Easy cleanup. Just gonna store this pine sap away, collect some more. Gonna refine it into some more pine tar, which is a mix of pine sap and charcoal. Alright, we are back with round 2. Got some more sap. We're gonna take it from this Ziploc bag and put it into this tin. I feel it was a lot easier, aside from the fact that the bag gets sticky. Feels a lot easier to store, not have fear of dropping, compared to storing it into tin. Alright, we got bag of pine sap number 1, pine sap number 2, and I just spilled pine sap number 3 everywhere. That shit was dried, fuck. Okay, we're gonna clean that up. So yeah, pretty small bag of pine sap, pretty big bag, then another slightly big bag. But what I wanted to show you was this bag. What we got going on here is, I'm looking it up right now, it's actually called blue stain, also called sap stain. It's a fungi, and I believe it's from storing this. It's that bluish green stuff that you can see in there. I'm gonna move my finger, it's right here, that's one example of it. It's all over it though, this is from storing it. I'd say it's not ruined for pine tar, but though for making medicine, yeah, it probably is ruined. So I recommend, it says that this stuff only happens during the summer months, so when it gets hot out, I guess that's when it happens. It's a blue pigment. Let me break this brick open for you. Yeah. Holding the damn camera with my neck. It's not really on the inside, it's mostly on the outside. Oh yeah, it is on the inside. That's just what I wanted to show you. Alright, we're making some more, we're melting some more pine sap. Let me just show you a quick trick real quick. So I just found out I got all this stuff out of this thing by just simply bending it back and forth over it, and the dry powder sap just fell right into it. So there's that, and here's this, what we're melting down today, that big bag of stuff that I said was looking moldy, but though it's actually a fungus, and looks kind of somewhat of a hairy fungus or some slight like that, but either way, I'm still melting it down. I'm gonna just do 2 chunks like that, one in each one. And we're gonna turn this fan on so all the air gets sucked out of there, and let's small burn it there. Alright. Close up. Alright, now when you're done, make sure you clean up after yourself. Okay, this is what we're left with after all that pine sap refining. This was the first couple batches that I did here. It's filled up to the first thread on the rim. And then this is the second one. This was made from that batch that had the fungus, that blue fungus, from storing it and not refining it for too long. So I suggest refining it as soon as possible. As soon as you get it, don't store it for too long unless you don't mind blue fungus growing on it. So what I'm going to do is, since this was the blue fungus, this one's going to be turned into pine tar or pine pitch, and this one's going to be turned into a salve, a pine sap medicine. I'm going to use beeswax and stuff, so stay tuned for those videos. I'm going to be doing 2 separate videos, medicine and then pine tar. Stay tuned.